Hey Facebook friends and YouTube, this video will be about gossip. This is a very important topic, obviously. The overall thing I want to say about gossip is if you're mad at someone and you're feeling frustrated with them, you should talk to that person directly because it's not going to change until you confront whatever it is. And I think gossip mainly happens with people who are afraid to confront people. So then they just talk to other people about that person, but that's not going to change anything. It's not going to do anything. The only way that you can change someone, or at least hope to change someone, is by confronting them about what they're doing and what's making you angry. So it really does nothing to talk about them behind their back to other people. So don't do it. Okay. There have been people in my extended family doing gossip, and it's been very frustrating for me and my husband. So here's some Bible verses about gossip. Proverbs 20:19. Whoever goes about slandering others, that means talking bad things about people behind their back. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, therefore do not associate with a simple babbler. Yeah, so don't associate with someone who gossips if you can. If that means that you only have one or two friends, then only have one or two friends, And you should be very careful and choose your friends wisely. You don't want to be best friends with a gossiper, and you don't want to be a gossiper. So make sure that you're not a gossiper. Make sure that you're not best friends with a gossiper. Proverbs 16:28. A dishonest person spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. Yeah, the main thing about gossip isn't when people stretch the truth about someone. Like, say someone's mad at someone, and then they want to turn everybody against that person just because they're mad at them. But then they stretch the truth and make that person sound worse than they actually are. That's happened to me. Against me a few times. So if you are going to talk to other people about a person, make sure it's honest and truthful, and don't make up lies. Don't stretch the truth about what they're doing or what they did, It's good sometimes to vent and to get help and to get support, but yeah, for sure, don't make up lies about, the person that you're mad at, because that's obviously wrong. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up others as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear." Corrupting talk, usually people think that means like coarse jesting, but it can mean anything that brings people down. So you want to only say things that give grace to those who hear, meaning good things, When you talk to other people, if it's getting really negative, you should just say, "Hey, how about we talk about something positive? How about we focus on the positive?" But our flesh and our natural nature tends to go towards the negative, but you have to steer away from that, and you have to steer other people away from that. Proverbs 26:20, "For lack of wood the fire goes out, and where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases." Yeah, so if you don't want to have quarreling in your life, then don't talk about people that you know behind their back. For lack of wood, the fire goes out. So the fire is referring to quarreling and fighting. So don't keep putting wood on the fire. And the way that you put wood on the fire is by gossiping about someone behind their back and spreading lies to turn people against that person. And it's human nature to want to get revenge when someone hurts us, but you shouldn't. Obviously, the Bible says, "Do not repay evil for evil, but good." Repay evil with good. Which, if you're walking in the Spirit, you can do that. But either way, bottom line, if you're mad at someone, you shouldn't necessarily ignore that. You should confront that person, with whatever you're mad at. But it's, so many people are fake, and they just want to appear nice, so then they don't confront people, but then they're not living a 100% pure good life, because then they're talking about that person behind their back, which, that's just as bad, if not worse, than getting mad at the person directly and confronting them directly. Okay, Leviticus 19:16, "You shall not go around as a slanderer among your people, and you shall not stand up against the life of your neighbor." I am the Lord. So yeah, don't go around talking about your neighbor, talking about anybody in your family to other people and slandering. Slandering means like messing up their character, like you should want the people that you know to have a good character and to maintain a good character. So you should speak to other people and uphold that view of them having a good character. You shouldn't slander their character. That's like the worst thing you could do to someone. Okay, this one's good. Proverbs 18:8. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body. I guess they're delicious. I don't know. Anyways, it can be entertaining, I suppose, to talk about someone. But don't do it. And, it's like the same as any sin, I guess, like eating chocolate cake or, eating excessive amounts of chocolate cake. Like it might taste good at first because, mainly the reason I think for that is that when people put other people down, they feel better about themselves. So it might make you feel better to put this other person down, because then you feel like you're a better person. But putting other people down doesn't lift you higher. In the end, it's just going to put you down more too. Because nobody likes someone who talks about other people. And nobody is going to really want to be friends with that person. Like in the end, like maybe they will for a while, but ultimately, for anyone who has a conscience, they're going to be convicted about that and they're going to stop. And, they're going to want to stop gossiping and they're going to stop talking to you if that's all you do is gossip about people. Okay, 1 Timothy 5:13. Besides that, this talks about women who aren't busy at home, but they should be. It says, besides that, they learn to be idlers, going about from house to house, and not only idlers, but also gossipers and busybodies, saying what they should not. And Paul says to Timothy that he should warn the women to stay busy at home and work with their hands and not do this, not be gossipers and busybodies, going about from house to house and talking to other people about people. Like that's not a godly thing to do, obviously. But people do it when they're bored, if they don't have a hobby or something, like that's their hobby is talking about people. Which I guess it's more common, like if a woman grows up with sisters and maybe she talks to her sisters about other people. I never got used to that because I only had a brother. I never had sisters. I had one older brother. So I never really got in the habit of gossiping. So for the most part, I don't really understand it. I mean, I had a brother, so I'm like, if I'm mad at someone, I'm going to tell them straight up and confront them and, with my words, basically give them a punch in the face because that's what guys do. Guys don't talk about people behind their back because they're not scared to confront someone. They're just going to be open about it and be honest. But women do that because they're scared. But it's ridiculous because in the end, you're going to make that person even more mad at you if you talk about them behind their back. So it's not like you're saving yourself a confrontation. Like the confrontation is going to happen at some point. Okay, religions, James 1:26. If anyone thinks he is religious, he or she, and does not bridle his tongue but deceives his heart, this person's religion is worthless. So obviously it's hard to control your speech 100% of the time and say good things that you would want to say 100% of the time, but you should try. So if your tongue runs away, like you run off at the mouth or whatever, a lot, like predominantly, then you're probably not saved. So, you need to really evaluate what you say. Are you using your words to build others up or tear others down? Are you spreading lies about people or are you being honest? So let's just pray about this situation because it really is quite a situation in a lot of families. Dear God, I just pray for this, for anyone watching this, and for my own family, God, that the gossiping will stop, that people will realize that it's extremely evil and that it's not of you, that it is totally 100% of Satan. And I pray that people will mind their own business because that's what people need to do and not be nosy and not stick their noses in other people's business. So I pray that just all across America that people would be convicted of this horrible sin of gossip, that they would stop doing it, that if they're mad at someone, that they would have the courage and the guts to confront them directly instead of talk to other people about them, Thank you, God, that people will have that courage so that the gossiping will stop. In Jesus' name, amen. May God bless you all. Have a great day. I pray this video helped you. If it did, share it with someone or tell someone about it. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to. Just search Lisa Bedrick, Google videos, and you'll find all my videos. God bless. Have a great day.